dangerous conspiracy theorist dressed in outlandish costume who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy. For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive. What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? To this day, there is dispute over how Chansley got into the Capitol building. But according to our review of the internal surveillance video, it is very clear what happened once he got inside. Virtually every moment of his time inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley. They helped him. They acted as his tour guides. Here's video of Chansley in the Senate chamber. Capitol Police officers take him to multiple entrances and even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down. Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate. Watch.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us in this building.
Now this week, a video was released by Fox News, of course, of Jacob Chansley, aka the Q Shaman, walking inside Capitol Hill and being flanked by 2 Capitol Hill police officers that don't seem to be doing anything. They're not stopping him from what he's doing. And they're going, well, if he was breaking the law and invading Capitol Hill, why weren't these Capitol Hill police officers doing anything about it? It's almost like they just invited him in. They invited all of us in that day, and blah, blah, blah. I was actually at Capitol Hill on January 6th. I saw a lot. I can speak to a lot of this nonsense that Fox News is spreading right now. So let's get into it.
So right now, protesters have stormed the Capitol. It's getting really sketchy here.
I want you to zoom in on my face. And I want to tell you, I have a message for every one of you senators and every one of you congressmen out there. We're watching. We've had enough, okay? We have had enough. The Lamb is going to become the Lion of Judah. We have had enough. Don't tell us what to do anymore. I don't take instruction too well, in case you haven't noticed. The Lindsey Grahams, John Thune, Mitt Romney, all you bunch of rhino assholes. We're watching you today. We're watching you.
Oh my God. Whoa!
I know, it's a little mind-blowing, but I'm Friedel juice.
Friedel juice, like freedom!
Yes! Freedom! And juice is Friedel juice!
Oh my God, that's crazy! What is Friedel juice?
Friedel juice is a guy that just kind of one day said, I'm tired of, the steal, but I think if you look at all the people here and you're a congressman or senator, you're gonna say, oh, I'm out of a job, and I better not say the B word. I better say the T word and start supporting Donald Trump.
What's
Hello?
the T word?
The T word?
Oh, the T word.
Hello?
Okay.
Trump? No B word, which is Biden. Ah! It makes me cringe.
The biggest thing that Fox News and the MAGA say about January 6th is, well, the police, it looks like they just let us in. They let everyone in. All right. I was there, and one of the first things that was told to me as I'm walking up to Capitol Hill, MAGAs came to me and said, oh, you got to check this out, man. We are overpowering the cops like 20-1 up there. It's crazy. Like, we are just shutting them down. And I said, oh, let me check this out. And of course, I got there, and that was exactly what was going on. The cops were heavily, embarrassingly outnumbered.
So right now, protesters have stormed the Capitol. It's getting really sketchy here. It's not okay. And we're gonna stick around for a little bit more, but then we've really got to get out of here.
A flash grenade that was raining them down on the whole crowd.
Am I in frame?
Every time you hear the boom up there, that's what they're doing. They're shooting us.
Wow.
They're tear gassing and shooting the Patriots up there with these. So that's.
It looks like they were storming the U.S. Capitol, and then they started shooting at them.
So just watch out when you get down there, because that's what they're doing.
So there's a bunch of them.
Pepper spray and flashbangs.
There's a bunch of people on the Capitol steps trying to get inside, and the cops started shooting flashbangs, rubber bullets, tear gas, and all that. Yes. And and the Senate has been evacuated.
So everybody right now that you can see in the distance is now farther than where the cops wanted them to be. The reason for that is that we just put up fences, or they just put up fences, and they're now pouring over and pushing the cops back. And I don't think many people know that right now. So just FYI.
So they're pushing the cops back.
They're pushing the cops back because they're outnumbered 100 to 1 or maybe more. That's why.
I got up, I broke through. DC police sprayed me, maced me, beat me in the head with batons, kicked me in the side of the head. Was beating me on the back with the batons.
Like you can see? Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at his eyes.
That's what the DC police is willing to do to the American people. To support these son of a bitches.
The DC police work for the mayor. The mayor is a deep state Democrat on the payroll of Communist China.
So they have stormed the Capitol building. Protesters have stormed the Capitol building. Police are shooting rubber bullets, tear gas, everything. It's wild. Should we leave or should we get a closer look?
I think we should maybe get a closer look and then we can go.
We're going to get a closer look and then we're going to leave, okay? And so, here we go.
House! Our house! Whose house? Our house! Whose house? Our house! Whose house? Our house! Whose house? Our house!
So are you panning this? Getting all this? Look.
Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Way to go, Owen!
Thank you guys for being here. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Do you want to say anything? What's been going?
All I can say is that those a-holes in that building, they caused this. They betrayed us and they betrayed this country. They have no one to blame but themselves. And at this point, Pence is nothing but a traitor and he deserves to burn with the rest of them.
Now, thanks to InfoWars and Alex Jones, there have been conspiracy theories spread about me, being one of the, Antifa collaborators behind January 6th. I had one guy come up to me and say, you were one of the people behind January 6th. You're the reason the riot took place. And that same person was arrested for breaking and entering in the Capitol. There's actually footage you can find online of him breaking and entering into the Capitol. And, this guy had the nerve to come up to me and be like, well, you were behind it. Now, not only was I at Capitol Hill on January 6th, I was at all of the Stop the Steal rallies leading up to January 6th. I interviewed the Q shaman, Jacob Chansley, the Viking. And, I interviewed a bunch of people. I interviewed a bunch of people on January 6th that, were wanted for nasty things. The woman that stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop, walked across the frame during one of my interviews. There was a lot of people on the wanted list that I interviewed. And it was wild. Out of all these interviews that I did, one of the most chilling ones was in December leading up to it. It was this small, soft-spoken woman who said, this is going to be one of the last peaceful protests we're going to see in quite a while. And, Trump 2020. And it just chilled me just because she was so soft-spoken about it. I felt like I was in one of those horror movie thrillers. Not only did I document this a lot, not only did the insurrectionists give me their footage, airdrop me their footage, but the January 6th committee hearings also featured one of my interviews. Apparently it was important enough to show the timeline of the day and prove what was happening and document this insanity.
Here's what the president wrote in his 2:24 p.m. tweet. while the violence at the Capitol was going on. And here is what the rioters thought.
Nothing but a traitor, and he deserves to burn with the rest of them.
So this all escalated after Pence. What happened to Pence? Pence didn't do what we wanted.
Pence voted against Trump.
Okay, and that's when all this started?
Yep, that's when we marched on the Capitol. We've been shot at with rubber bullets, tear gas.
We just heard that Mike Pence is not going to reject any fraudulent electoral votes.
And when you watch this video by Fox News, it's kind of funny because it either proves that the police were just completely helpless and, you know, just scared for their life, just going, all right, well, we're just going to cooperate with you people because, or it proves that the police were on the side of the fascists, the insurrectionists. So I don't understand how that's a winning argument for January 6th never happened and it was all Antifa, if you can just prove that the police were on the side of MAGA the entire time. Not the winning argument you think it is.